Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the HR Expert Interviews. My name, as always, is Charity, and I bring to you the best of the best of the best of the best experts that come to dissect topics that we discuss in our community month on month. This month, we are talking about unlocking capital. How do you unlock capital? How do you raise capital? What are the challenges? Are you fit for raising capital? But before we get into it, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notifications whenever we upload new episodes. Please share with all your friends. Let them know where the knowledge is right here at Hardworking Women. I'm going to let our guest today introduce herself, where she's from, what she does. Yes, you're most welcome to our expert interviews today.
Yes, thank you very much for having me on the show. I think it's a brilliant opportunity for me to be here. Starting with my name, I'm Merab, and I work with Finding XY as the Chief Operations Officer.
Thank you. You know, when Merab was coming, I asked her, what is X and Y? Why is it Finding X and Y? I mean, please tell us, what does that mean? It's quite a unique name to give a company. Yeah.
Yes. So coming up with this, I'm not speaking like I'm the one who came up with the name, but the thesis behind Finding XY is, you know, when we're back in school, XY was a quadratic equation. They were unknowns. And in the space that we are in, that is, every entrepreneur should be supported. Entrepreneurs have challenges, and that is the XY.
Yeah.
And then the finding, they're the solution providers like ourselves, the enterprise support organizations, the development partners that just come together to support and provide solutions to those challenges.
Okay.
So ideally what we do is we hold and support those entrepreneurs in addressing key challenges
in their business. Okay, so key challenges, that's a big word. What specific challenges do you help them solve?
In particular, it is what we provide is business development support. And in that, we look at business advisory. So how can we support an entrepreneur understand and refine their business model? And in a business model, we really look at different things. What is your strategy? How are you approaching the market? Are you in the right market or the space you're supposed to be in? How are you branding yourself? How are you communicating to them? So we try to advise your entire model in a whole. And then also we provide investment services, because we understand that a business cannot thrive without actually having the resources. That includes capital. So we've tried to come up with competitive and affordable financing mechanisms that best suit the needs of these entrepreneurs.
Great. So before you invest in a business or a startup, what key criteria or factors do you look at before you invest in a business or a startup?
I could say, first of all, we look at the viability of the business model itself.
What does viability mean?
Viability means sustainability. For instance, in the next 1, 2, 3 years, are you actually going to still be in business? Are you addressing a real market need? Because if you're addressing a real market need, you know, the need is going to be there. What you're going to do is maybe pivot, try and refine your business model to address the different trends that come along. But right now, if you're to do the assessment, will your business be in business in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
And that's just one of the things we look at. The other thing we look at is the management, the team expertise. For instance, the founder. And we understand that most of some enterprises are really small, so the team is also quite small. So when we look at the team and the major decision makers, do they actually have the experience and the skills to execute the business plan or the business growth strategy at hand? So the team expertise comes in. We look at what kind of social and environmental contribution do you have? Are you positively contributing to the environment? Are you positively contributing to the community in which you serve? For instance, are you boosting access to employment for the youth? So those are some of the things we look at, the kind of financing you need. If you say you're looking for maybe 18 million Ugandan shillings, what exactly are you going to use that money for? Is it aligned with your business growth objectives, or is it where you get money and you hear someone built a house? So it has to be clear that the funding you're actually getting is going to contribute to the overall growth plan for your business. And then we also look at the financial health of the business. Is the business actually profitable? And then, of course, profitability, we look at, do you have any current obligations, financial obligations? Are you indebted? Do your cash flows actually manage to pay off, let's say, the short-term or long-term liabilities? So we do a deep assessment into your business model, its financial health, and other aspects that we find relevant.
Amazing, amazing. So could you take us through the different stages of venture capital funding and how a business can determine at which stage they are in? Yes.
Okay, I'll just give the common examples of venture capital stages. So one, we have the seed capital.
Yeah.
So seed capital usually is provided to businesses that are just starting out, and this is to support these businesses develop the product or the service. So that is seed capital, people who are just starting out the business. And then we have early stage capital. So early stage capital is usually provided to businesses that have already developed their product, but now they're trying to develop that business model and establish market presence. So that is the early stage capital. And then we have the growth stage. So growth stage, you're looking at a business that has already mastered their business model. They've already established market presence, and all they are trying to do is launch into new markets. They're trying to scale out. They're trying to see what other products can I actually launch into the market. So those are the three common venture capital stages, and I think from the description you can also understand where that financing goes, what stage of business you can actually apply for any of those financings.
Amazing, amazing. So around this topic, very many people have misconceptions about it.
Yeah.
Can you share two misconceptions that entrepreneurs normally, might either come across or have about venture capital?
So one of the misconceptions is that all venture capital is structured the same way, or it has similar terms and conditions. Yet in reality, venture capital deals really differ in terms of stake ownership, they differ in terms of control, or even the general terms and conditions. So if a venture capitalist approaches you as a business, it's always good to understand what are they actually looking for in your business. Do they want to have ownership? Do they just want to maybe direct, provide advisory or provide strategic advisory in some level? So it's good to understand what the venture capitalist requires from your business and whether it aligns with what your vision for the business is. And then the second misconception is thinking that once you go into venture capital, these investors are going to take ownership of your business and you won't have room to make any decisions, like they're just taking up the business. And yet, I think it still drives back to the very first misconception I mentioned. It's good to really sit down with this investor and understand what their objectives are, what their interests are. And if they align with your business, well and good. If they don't, it is totally okay for you to say, we don't think we're going to do business together.
Yeah. As we conclude, what advice would you give to all the women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that are watching this, especially those that are actively seeking for capital? What advice would you give them?
I think in general to women entrepreneurs, I would tell them to seek opportunities that enhance their business acumen or business knowledge. And that starts from understanding what business development stage you're at. Because if you're just starting out, you're not looking for the same kind of financing as someone that has already made it in business or they're at growth stage. So if I may give an example of someone who's at ideation stage, in this case, you will need support in understanding that business model. You'll need support in how do I approach the market? How do I go about branding maybe? How do I structure a team that is effective? So instead of trying to figure it out on your own and do everything from scratch, look for those opportunities. If there is an incubator, for instance, attend it. If there is a boot camp, attend it. Because these are the opportunities that give you access to business advisors. They give you access to those investors. They give you access to fellow women entrepreneurs. So you can network and understand that, okay, this person is doing what is similar to mine. How did they do it? This is an expert in the business development space. Can you advise me on how to structure a business that is going to be profitable? So instead of trying to figure it out on your own, it's always good to seek those opportunities that will enhance your knowledge. Because once you have achieved that business model and you've structured it the right way, investors will literally come to you instead of you going to look for them, because you've designed something that is unique, that is sustainable, it is well informed. So it is even easier for you to pitch it. And like when you're still trying to figure out things and then you're getting into investment.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for those amazing insights on how we can raise capital or unlock capital, what we should look out for, how we should get organized. And once again, I've been Charity, your host, and
Merab
from Finding XY. So if people want to get in touch with you or Finding XY, how can they get in touch with you?
Yes, so we do have a website. It is findingxy.com. So you can always visit that website. You'll find out the different programs that we have. The contact details are also there. We actually do have an active call for applications, and this is focused on small and micro women-owned businesses.
Nice.
So what we're doing is we are providing them small ticket loan sizes ranging from 1.8 million Ugandan shillings to 18 million Ugandan shillings. So it is particularly for women-owned small and micro businesses. So if you're interested, still on the website, you can access that information.
Thank you so much for sharing that with our women, with those that are watching. Catch us next time with another exciting guest, another amazing topic as we dissect, decode it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless.